Hello and welcome. What you are about to hear is an excerpt from an oral history interview collected by the Octavia Felon Public Library as part of its Our Stories, Our Community project. The full interview this excerpt is taken from is available on CD at the Octavia Felon Public Library main branch.
Okay, my name is Emerald Tanner. I am 25 years old. Today is February 14th, 2015. We are in Gallup, New Mexico, and I am sitting here with my great-uncle, Juan Delgado.
My name is Juan P. Delgado. My age is 84. Today's date is February 14, 2015. Location, Gallup Public Library in Gallup, New Mexico. And I'm here with my niece, Emerald Tanner.
All right, Uncle, so why don't we start? You just tell me where you were born, and why don't you say a few things about what you remember growing up?
I was born in Winslow, Arizona on January the 25th, 1931. And we left Winslow when I was about a month old. My dad he was on the railroad, and he came back to Gallup to live in Gallup, to work with the railroad. And that's why we ended up in Gallup. And I grew up in Gallup, and I've been here all my life. I missed 10 years of my life away from Gallup. It's 1950 of March till 1960 in March I returned back. That's the time I spent in the service. And then I lived in California for a while because there was no jobs in Gallup at the time that I got out of the service. And I graduated out of high school in 1949. So that's what I missed all of the 50s in Gallup.
What do you remember the most as being a teenager in Gallup and growing up? What was Gallup like when you were a kid?
Gallup was a small town, and there's a lot of things I can remember about Gallup. It was a nice place to live because you knew everybody and everybody knew you. We had no racial problems in Gallup. We were 21 nationalities in the Gallup, New Mexico at one time, maybe 26, but we all got along, whether you were Native American, Chinese, Japanese, made no difference, Caucasian or white, and it was just all just seemed to harmonize. We all went to school together, we ate off the same plates and everything else, and it was a very friendly place. We were something like, probably 18 to 15,000 at that time. And but Gallup was always a very friendly town, and you knew everybody. You couldn't get away with anything in Gallup because before you got home, your mama knew already what I had done, and boy, did I get it then.
Can you talk a little bit about Mitha and Tata Pete, your parents?
My dad, he was a very gentle, well-liked person. He very talented. He was a musician. He could play just about every instrument you can name. He could take a comb and a piece of tissue and make music. And he had a beautiful Mexican voice that he sang Mexican songs. And he could play the guitar, the piano, the accordion, saxophone, the drums. He's just totally gifted that way. And he used to work in the clay mines here in Gallup. They used to dig clay on South 2nd Street over here by Lauterberger, just below the Cathedral School down there. There's about 5 mines in there. They used to dig clay out of there and take it to where they had the hornos, ovens where they made brick. All these Gallup brick you see around Gallup from the El Rancho and everywhere else that you see this brick that says Gallup on it. My dad mined that clay and used to take it over, and they crushed it and made it into bricks.
Okay, so like a stonemason.
Yeah, and my mom didn't know too much English. She was very naive as far as English, but she learned.
The Octavia Felon Public Library is committed to providing open and wide access to information. Please visit one of our branches in Gallup, New Mexico. The music used in this podcast was Enigmatic by Ben Sound, available at www.bensound.com. Thank you for listening to this oral history. This is John Fortunato for the Octavia Film Public Library.